Hello, so today I'll be going over how to do the sine graphs in section 6.1 of Myopenmath. So this is a problem that me and you were having problems with, but I was able to figure it out finally and be able to explain to you in a way that hopefully you will be able to understand. Like I always say, if you have questions, please let me know. I'll be happy to explain further or adjust how I explain things to ensure that you understand the concept. So let's begin. So I'm gonna start by saying the directions and then we're gonna go to my Word document and I will work out the problem. So question 10 says find a function of the form y equals a sine kx plus c or y equals a cos kx plus c whose graph matches the function shown below. As you can see, we can see the graph. And then it says leave your answer in exact form. If necessary, type pi for pi. So let's go to the Word document. So here I took the liberty of making these notes. So you can pause the video to copy them down if you desire or you feel the need to, because I feel like these notes will really help you a lot, especially when it comes to memorization and just in case you need to go back and look at your notes. Like, it's there. So pause the video if you need to copy those down. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna move on now. Okay. So we already read basically the directions. This is just a repeat of what it kind of said on there, except a more condensed form. And so I already kind of got started with putting the formula that we need. So I'll even put formula. So I think the easiest one to get started is with C. C is just basically the midline. The midline is wherever the line crosses the y-axis. In this case, C will be -1. So C will be -1. So your formula so far should look something like this. Something like this. So that's what we have so far. So I think the second easiest one to find out is A. So A is the amount of distance it is from the midline. So I will actually draw where the midline is. So the midline is about here. It's basically dividing the line into a half. Into half. Yeah. So I'm actually going to do this in a different color so that you can see. So when it comes to find the amplitude, it's the distance away from the midline, which is this red line. So as you can see, this is our max. So we're going to go from the max or the min, either one works, and we're going to go to the midline. So 1, 2. Okay, and then we're going to do the min just to check. 1, 2. So let's see, this is 2 spaces, and then up here is also 2 spaces. So this confirms that our amplitude will be A is equal to 2. Our amplitude is 2. So now your formula should look something around this so far. Okay, so I think the next we're gonna try to figure out is B. And as we know, B is also known as the period. And we know the period formula, as I wrote up here, the period formula is 2 pi divided by B. So we're going to write 2 pi divided by B. Now for this next part, I'm going to switch over to this. I'm just going to show you how it should look like if you're one person who likes to have a numerator on top and the denominator on the bottom. Oh, that should be a capital B. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter which B you use. Personally, I like capital B's. So, yeah. Okay, so this is the part where I messed up during our call, and I apologize for that. So it's basically the distance it takes to complete one cycle. So let me erase this. The easiest way that I do the period is that I look for either a common min or a common max. So for example, the maxes for this hill and this hill are basically the same. Like they both touch 1 over here. It both touch 1 on the y-axis. So I think I'm going to choose these 2 points because they both have the same y-intercept. They don't have the same x, but they do have the same y. And so that means the only reason why I'm so concerned about them having the same y is because that proves that they're the same height. So that's one cycle because you go from this point on the left all the way to this point on the right, but it's the same height. So that's one cycle. And so now from here, I'm just going to count over. So I'm actually going to do this in yellow. So we're going to go 1, and then we're going to highlight another color. Here we go. 2, 3. Now what I'm looking for is that middle point. So from this middle point to, let's say, around here, where these 2 colors blend, that's 1 space. And then we're going to just continue to go over until we reach the second dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. I know it looks kind of a little childish, but it really helps for you to kind of see my thought process behind this. So we kind of go over 6 spaces to get from that point to the other point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in conclusion, we're going to do 6 as the amount that it takes to complete one cycle. And so we're going to have to multiply this. And I feel like the best way to do this is to simply make 6 a fraction. Now all we're going to do is cross multiply. So 6 times b will be 6b over 6. I'm sorry about that. Over 6, which will equal 2 pi over 6, making our b equal, because it's 6 divided by 6, those cross out, so that will just leave b, or 1b, but the 1's kind of redundant, so we're just going to leave it as b. And then 2 divided by 6, when it comes to this fraction form, will be 1/3 pi. Or you can simply put pi over 3. So I'm actually going to type this out now. Oh, actually, let me see if I can go to the next page. So our formula should look something like this now. y equals, let me just copy and paste what we have here. Okay. So this is our formula that we have so far. It will be here. Oh, let me erase all of that. And then let me highlight this. Okay, so this is our formula that we have right now. And so we need to see if this requires a horizontal shift. As we know, the horizontal shift is represented by D. So if we go back up to our notes, it says here that the horizontal shift is the amount of space left or right that the graph moves from the y-axis. And it's also known as the horizontal translation. It does not apply if it is a sine function graph and it touches the midline at x equals 0. As we go here, it does touch the midline at x equals 0. So let me actually highlight that so that you can see what I am seeing. So let's erase this. So let's erase this if I can. Oh, okay. I guess it's not going to let me erase it, which is quite interesting, but that's okay. We can just highlight it. Oh, wait, is there anything I can... It's fine. It's fine. I'll actually highlight it red. As we can see here, the graph actually touched the midline at let me put down the, let me actually draw the thing. At 0, -1. So in other words, when x is equal to 0, it does in fact touch the midline at -1. And so in conclusion, this graph does not have a horizontal shift. That means there's no D. So in conclusion, our final form should be 2 sine pi divided by 3 x minus 1. So that is our final form. Not this one. Let me unhighlight this. This is our final form. And so we can see that that is what I put. And to check your answer on Desmos, you can do 2 sine pi over 3 x minus 1. And then you can compare this one to the one on Desmos. As you can see, this one crosses through -1. This one crosses through -1. Here, this maximum is 1.51, which is around the same maximum as you can see here. 1.51 here. And then you can kind of just compare certain points to the points on Desmos, see if they compare, look the same, and then you're done. That's how you do it. I hope you found this video informative. Again, if you need more help, more explanation, please let me know. And I hope you have a good day. Once again, here in the notes. And I will see you later.